So please click the raise hand button if you would like to read. Okay. Galaxy tab A.
Please read loud, and everybody can hear you. Okay.
Okay. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hermela.
Jordanos.
And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying,
Thank you, Jordanos.
Bazin.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Bamnet. Bamnet.
Bamnet?
He's right here. የሚያዝኑ ብፁዓን ናቸው መጽናናትን ያገኛሉና።
Thank you, Bamnet. Anania.
Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
Thank you. Emmanuel. Emmanuel.
What is that?
Go ahead.
Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Betty? Yami middle bituan nacho. Yamaraluna.
Thank you, Betty. Beza.
Liben ንጹሖች ብፁዓን ናቸው እግዚአብሔርም ያዩታልና።
Thank you, Beza. Eden.
የሚያስተራርቁ ብፁዓን ናቸው የእግዚአብሔር ልጆች ይባላሉና።
Thank you, Aiden.
Saron. Sofiana.
Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Thank you. Sign Legend 101.
Blessed you are ye when men shall reveal you and persecute you and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake.
Thank you. Kudus and Nathan.
Rejoice and be excited, exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. So is persecuted, they are prophets which were before you.
Thank you. Ready it? That's number 13.
እናንተ የምድር ጨው ናችሁ። ጨው አልጫ ቢሆን ግን በምን ያጥፋል? ወደ ውጭ ተጥሎ በሰው ከመርገጥ በቀር ወደፊት ለምንም አይጠቅምም።
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rata? Oh, sorry. No. Amen. Efrata doesn't raise hand. Amen.
Ye are the lights of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid.
Thank you, Temeskin.
You're welcome.
Kala.
Neither do man light a candle and put under a bushel on the candlestick, and it given light unto all there are in the house.
Thank you. Addis.
Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Thank you. So we're gonna read one more time the whole thing. So Soliana, and after that Luul, we're gonna continue, and I'm gonna add one more person.
In English.
English though, not Amharic now, because everybody can understand well. Okay, Soliana, go ahead. Did you unmute her?
Yep.
And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted.
Thank you, Soliana.
No, just that one. Okay, Luul, continue.
Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God.
Thank you, Leul.
Nathan.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God.
Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
It's theirs with the I.
It's
Okay, continue.
Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake.
Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you.
Thank you. Amen.
Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
Ye are the lights of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Thank you. Amen.
God's story, the Sermon on the Mount. So part of God's story is about a sermon Jesus gave on the side of a mountain and what he did afterwards. And it goes like this. One day, when Jesus saw crowds gathering to hear him teach or see him do miracles, he went to the side of a mountain. It was near the Sea of Galilee, across from a place called Capernaum. From there, he gave a message all about God's kingdom and his love. We call this message the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus started by explaining who would get blessings or favor from God. He said the most blessed people are those who are poor, sad, or humble. He said God shows favor to people who are just or treat others fairly and people who are merciful or show love to those who don't deserve it. He said the people who are pure, who bring peace, or who get hurt for doing right will be rewarded for their actions in heaven. In other words, the people who love others, even when it makes them seem weak or unimportant on earth, are like heroes in God's kingdom. Anyway, Jesus went on to explain that when we believe in and follow him, it's our job to show everyone else who he is by loving them. That means going out of our way not only to comfort and help our friends, but also forgive people who hurt us, love our enemies, and give to people in need. The thing is, Jesus didn't just talk about love, he showed it all the time. In fact, right after giving this sermon, Jesus spent the rest of the day helping everyone he met. First, as Jesus came down from the mountain, a man with a skin disease called leprosy knelt before him. "Lord," the man said, "if you are willing, you can heal me and make me clean." Usually, no one wanted to be around people with leprosy, but Jesus touched him and said, "I am willing, be healed." Instantly, the leprosy disappeared. Then, when Jesus arrived in Capernaum a bit later, a soldier said to him, "Lord, my servant is in terrible pain." Right away, Jesus said, "I will come and heal him." The officer said, "Just say the word from where you are, and my servant will be healed." Jesus told him, "Because you believed, it has happened." The officer's servant was healed. A little later, Jesus arrived at his disciple Peter's house. Peter's mother-in-law was there too, sick in bed with a high fever. Jesus touched her hand, and the fever left. Later that evening, many other people who were demon-possessed or sick came to see Jesus. He brought relief to all of them. At the end of the day, Jesus got into a boat with his disciples. Suddenly, a fierce storm came out of nowhere. Waves began crashing into the boat. The disciples realized that even though they were in the middle of a giant storm, Jesus was fast asleep. They shouted, "Lord, save us! We're going to drown!" Jesus said, "You of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Then he told the wind and waves to stop. They did. That day, Jesus taught a lot of people how to love and showed them what love looks like. Whenever somebody took their sickness or pain or fear to Jesus, he helped them. Everybody who met Jesus got to experience his love. And when we love like Jesus, everyone who meets us can feel his love too. And that's the story of the Sermon on the Mount. So, in case you missed it, here's the quick version. Crowds gathered. Jesus went to a mountain. He gave a sermon. He talked about God's kingdom. He told us how to love others. Jesus didn't just talk about love. He showed it. He healed sick people. He saved people who were demon-possessed. He calmed storms. He showed his love to everyone he met. Our job is to do that too. And that's a part of God's story.
Yes,
It's the password.
we can see. See? 1 second.
The password, if you want to get in, the password is on the bottom. On the bottom of your screen, there is a password.
Up on the
Very good.
mountainside.
Very good one. 18 people.
Ozzy, good job. Jesus went up the mountain because of seeing what?
Good.
For the people.
Very good.
Who taught the disciples?
good. 20 people out of 22. That's very good one.
Still doesn't.
In Sermon on the Mount, Jesus starts his first statements to his disciples with what word?
Very good. Good job. 20 people.
Nathan, Selena, and Simon are in the lead. What will belong to the poor in spirit? People.
Very good.
What will the peacemakers be called? Children of God.
Oh, God.
Who did Christ say were the salt of the earth? You are.
Yes.
14 people got it correct. Whom did Jesus say that we should love? People got it
Very
correct.
good. Wow, you guys are just following the reading. Good job, good job.
What will the merciful obtain? Mercy. 14 people.
Mercy, mercy. This one, pay attention. Mercy. The merciful get mercy. The forgiver get they will be forgive. Their sin will be forgive. So people get what they give.
Jesus asked the crowd what they should do if they were asked to walk a mile. What were his words of advice?
Wow. This question. Yes. Jesus said this, don't forget. If they ask you to walk 1 mile, you walk 2 miles is what he said, okay?
Because you want to be kind to the people that's not kind.
Yes.
According to Matthew 5:16, what may men see? If you paid really close attention, you would know this. This is the last verse. mean?
Yes.
It's multi-select, so you can choose more than
You
one.
have to understand this word, okay?
There's more than one answer.
Don't search on Google. Good job, guys. Okay,
Let's see
the
the
podium. Third place is Will Dynamite. Second place is Bazi. First place is